I just got finished looking at the PlayStation 6. The designs, how the game console looks and all that stuff, but not because I'm interested in buying one, but rather because I needed an example of something for this subject. And like I said, the PlayStation, it came to mind when I was looking for an example. The PlayStation 6, that hasn't even been released to the public yet though. And we never get things as soon as it's ready, or like movies. Most time we didn't even know that a movie was even in production. We just looked up and we saw coming on July 27th or coming this summer. Movie been sitting up there waiting to be released. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not interested in PlayStations or movie premieres, but I needed an example for this clip right here.
A species of roundworms from the Ice Age have come back to life after being defrosted by scientists in Germany. The team from the Institute of Zoology at the University of Cologne found that the 46,000-year-old nematode found in Siberian permafrost started crawling out of a piece of soil once thawed. Scientists say the worms were able to preserve their internal sugar levels, which helped them protect their DNA and proteins during the long resting stage. Adding the study could one day improve conservation efforts for a number of endangered species as the Earth's climate changes.
The clip I just played, underneath that video, and I saw that about 2 weeks ago. And I went to post my comment, and I did that. But when I scrolled down, I saw that about maybe 9 or 10 other people had already made the same reference that I made. And what reference was that?
Not without master sequence gaps.
Good afternoon, Joe.
DNA from what source? Where do you get 100-million-year-old dinosaur blood?
Shh. This fossilized tree sap, which we call amber, waited for millions of years with the mosquito inside until Jurassic Park scientists came along. Using sophisticated techniques, they extract the preserved blood from the mosquito and, bingo, dino DNA. A full DNA strand contains 3 billion genetic codes.
Ain't the unfreezing of worms similar to how it began in Jurassic Park? Well, in Jurassic Park they found a mosquito in stone, but this was ice with the worm. Took the DNA from the mosquito in the movie and made dinosaurs with it. And people on the comment board already said that though. Another person in the comment section said, and I don't think he or she meant literally all, but whoever that was said, all of the alien movies start off as worms. And the public is always the last to know. And anything we know before they tell us we have permission to know is called a conspiracy theory. And I don't think that anybody listening believes that the people in the white coats tells what they found as soon as they find it or discover it. But if they actually did find that worm and unthawed that worm, it probably happened about 5 or 10 years ago, or however long ago it was they found it and unthawed it. It was way before the news people was given permission to tell the story to the public. Now, a question that I like to ask atheists when I'm arguing with one of them on somebody's comment board. I'll ask them, when did that thing, whatever that thing is, when did that thing exist? Did it exist before humans found it? Or did it only come into existence after humans found it? Almost like the question, if a tree falls and there's nobody around to hear it, does it make a sound? Kind of like that. And I'll ask, when does something exist, when one of them's argument or their premise is, if humans don't know about it, then it doesn't exist. They didn't stop to think if they should. That's also from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, don't you see the danger, John, inherent in what you're doing here? Genetic power is the most awesome force the planet's ever seen, but you wield it like a kid that's found his dad's gun.
It's hardly appropriate to start hurling generalizations.
If I may, I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using here. It didn't require any discipline to attain it. You know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step. You didn't earn the knowledge for yourselves, so you don't take any responsibility for it. You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it. Well,
I don't think you're giving us our due credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
I think that we're in that era right now, the era of confirmation, where governments are starting to reveal what they've been had all along. They've had these things for a long, long time. Things that were categorized as conspiracies or unsubstantiated thoughts from religious fanatics, or theories that were not based in science. But these days they're coming out with it. They're even trying to respond to the age-old question posed by conspiracy theorists that goes, if humans have been to the moon before, then why haven't people been back in 60 years? And the people who get asked that question, their answer is stupid. They think everybody is stupid with this answer, because their answer has been that the technology used in the trip to the moon was lost or destroyed, as if they'd send the only equipment that they had up there. They wouldn't send a replica up there, a duplicate up there, or nothing. They sent all they had up there with no backup. NASA and other places, supposedly the brightest engineers and scientists on Earth, didn't think to save the original and send the backup up there to the moon. Stop it.
Whoa. Hey.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, I saw it a few weeks ago with them announcing that they're going back to the moon after 60 years has passed. But anyway.
Well, look at here. Those hard-working cowpokes you see behind the
This
flag.
is overwhelming, John. Are these characters erotica?
No. We have no animatronics here. No. Those people are the real miracle workers of Jurassic Park.
One of the issues that I have with atheism/scientism, and atheism and scientism go hand in hand like conjoined twins, right? And I'm not talking about just being an atheist, because that only means that you don't believe in a God. I think being an atheist is like weird. It's a weird way of, looking at things, but that's not what my issue. My issue is with the atheism, the ism in it. I have no issue with science, but it's the ism
the human condition
in scientism that I have an issue with. The doctrines and the beliefs, and especially the mission to impose it on other people, is the ism. The man in the clip said, the real miracle workers. This thought that man is greater than any God mankind has ever believed in is gonna get us killed.
The last 200 years have been the most productive in human history. Man rid himself of God, of hierarchy, of everything that gave him meaning, till he was left worshipping the empty altar of his own ambition.
Right, and let me say this too. Let me add this too, because I don't want people to think that I don't know stuff. Right, but scientism is just like our common religions have, imposed on people. Our common religions have done that. The Abrahamic faiths, especially those, went across the globe forcing their religion on people. Not forcing religion itself, because, people would already have their religions, but other faiths would come in and be like, your religion is trash. You take mine, I'll kill you. So people have always had religion, and I believe that there might even be a worship gene in us. There might even be a worship gene in us, that religion, and that religion could even be an innate trait in humans. You see even atheists go into the religion of scientism, where they view the people that be wearing the white coats like Muslims view the Prophet Muhammad, and what Prophet Muhammad says goes, and that's that, and you better not say nothing against it. That's what atheists have done with scientism. But that's all I wanted to do in this commentary. Just to ask, what are they going to do with those worms and mosquitoes or whatever else they have? And an even better question, a bigger question. What have they already done with those things and haven't told us about? They didn't stop to think if they should.
This all started when our Russian colleagues dug up a bit of permafrost for their studies, and they found that after thawing this, some nematodes crawled out of it. So, and then it's of course kind of a miracle. Well, it's not a miracle, but it's kind of a super fascinating finding to suddenly see live, living animals crawling out of a piece of soil that has been deep frozen for 46,000 years. And there could be dangerous things hidden in there. But I don't want to, raise an alarm or something in this regard. It's something that's possible. And with COVID, we all saw what can happen very suddenly. But I wouldn't say there's like an imminent danger now that these worms bring some bacteria that suddenly start killing humans.